Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI live loading. In this episode, I want to do like a quick update on this case of bounding box and stacking. So basically, this is something that I already discussed at some point, and then I actually asked the question at Sverchok GitHub, and then I got the answer from Zeffii and from Nortikin. There is one example from Zeffii. This one is like perfect answer for this. I'm gonna kind of give you like a quick demo on how you can use that. If you download the Zeffii actually give you the blend files. He didn't give the GIS, but I'll make the GIS the updated version in this one. I'll show you. Okay, this is the example from Zeffii. Okay, so we have a cube, torus, and there's a cone, and then this three is being stacked on top of each other. Okay, seems like not a big deal, but in Sverchok, this can be like a really powerful way to kind of stack objects. If you generate like a multiple 3D objects all with different shapes, you can easily stack them together, and this is gonna be important for the live noding that I will do next one. So first of all, you might notice that there's some kind of situation. Oh, let me check. This is Zeffii stacking. I believe some of the nodes have already been kind of depreciated. Let me try reopening. Gonna reopen Blender, and we should actually get some kind of warning that some of the nodes have been depreciated. Hopefully it's giving you like red color nodes. If not, I need to re-download the file. Open, and Zeffii stacking. Okay, some of the nodes indeed get like a red color. So this is easy to fix. Basically, I'll do it now. So if you ever download like a GIS or like a example blend file for Sverchok that with a red color nodes, you need to kind of fix it manually. So first of all, we have this one, distance. You just create another distant node and try to reconnect these guys. So we have list join and distance. Okay, so this one is connected to that guy, and then distance goes into this, and so we don't need this guy anymore. Delete. So that's one been taken care of. And then we also have this math, add vector math, add, so this guy and this guy added together, so we don't need this guy anymore. So we fix two of them, and then we have this objects in. Our latest is objects in MK3. So we're gonna grab these three objects, get selection, and we have to connect all of them. So we have one that's kind of going all the way to this guy, 1 and 2. The matrix coming from the node setup. Of course, in this case, the one that's really doing the hard job is just all these nodes. The object itself just gonna pipe in the data of the vertices and polygon, and then everything else like the stacking kind of done over here. But this guy is also needing this information, the vector and the matrices. So we don't need this guy anymore. So okay, all of this complex stuff, they are doing all the calculations placing the objects on the ground and also doing the stacking. So this is really cool. I really like this setup. Thanks to Zeffii for this example, and I will definitely gonna use this quite often. Okay, now we have this ready. I'm probably just gonna export this out as GIS as well. It's actually in here. Export, and save it on the desktop. It's gonna be Zeffii stacking Zeffii. Okay, let's call it like that. And so now if we have like any kind of objects, monkey head, even if we like apply the transformations, it's still gonna work fine. So yeah, I'm gonna select all of them and then reload it into these objects, get selections, and I believe I need to do an update here. Timeline updates. So that's the result. You see, imagine if each one of the objects have like a bounding box and they're all stacked perfectly. This is exactly what's going on. Yeah, instead of having to do this like manually, you know, try to match them, and this is all automatic, and they're all nicely centered. So okay, that's one thing. Okay, it seems like not particularly interesting, but however, this is actually, I found it to be quite interesting. Imagine if you want to like randomize the stack using list shuffle, you can easily do that. Let's say I'll do a quick shuffling. So we have matrix and this guy. Okay, we need two of this list shuffle. So one, plug into this guy, and then this guy, plug into that guy. Now it's doing the shuffle, I believe. And we also need to put it, these guys need to go there, and the output polygon also. Is that a polygon or the matrix? That's the polygon data going there. So there seems to be a problem there. Maybe list should be level 1. Level 1 seems to be wrong. Oh, because of the seed number was wrong. Okay, they have to be the same number. So integer, plug into the seed, 1, 2, 3. Now everything, like the matrix is correct, and then the vertices and then the polygon, they're all good. We can shuffle their position quite easily, and they're still gonna stack perfectly on top of each other. Okay, so that's another thing. One more thing that you can do is let me tidy this up a little bit. So this, I think the whole thing can be a monad with a matrix output. I wonder if that's actually a better way to arrange this. So the whole group can be, the whole thing can be grouped. Let's say we have these 5 objects, and we want to make like a tower stack of all of these objects, and we want like a procedural way to do that. We can do that quite easily as well, simply just by using list item, and we just need to plug in the vertices, and I believe also the polygon and the matrix. this should be probably level 1 as well. And so we need the vertices. Vertices goes in there, and also vertices goes into that guy at the end. And we also need the polygon here. And the matrix, plug in the matrix to that guy. So we don't need 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the setup. List items, of course, it's a way we can kind of select which part of data that we want here. Let's see if we have like integer. You see, we can easily select one of this guy, and if we provide like a random number, we should in theory get a stack of this guy. So it depends how many you provide. See, we have like we specify, okay, we want 10, okay, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. Maybe there's a problem, I don't know. 1, 6, 0. Okay, the problem is the number, of course. We only have 5 objects, so we have the number between 0 and 10. It should be between 0 and 5. Now it's been corrected. So the height number should be matching the total number. Stethoscope, get the total number of the objects, I guess. List length and stethoscope. We actually have the stethoscope number 2 here. That's a new node. And okay, list length level 0, plug into this guy. Now, no matter how many objects we have here, we can get all of them stacked. So what else? What else can I use? Cylinder. Okay. Now we have 6 objects. I'm gonna select all of them and select objects. Get selection. Now we have all of these objects being stacked. It's actually, yeah, it's that easy. Maybe I will save this as well. Export to this. Oh, actually, I need to hit this button. Zeffii stacking BLENDERSUSHI updated. I wonder if we can just turn this into a monad, but we need to ensure that the user will always input the vector and the matrices. I'm pretty sure that will work. But here, okay, this is the setup, and then like I said, you can easily randomize the result like so. You can, okay, if you want to have 100 stack of these objects, it's so easy, you know, and you can randomize all of them. And that's really powerful because in Sverchok, these guys are not actually objects. These guys are all like they are real data that you can manipulate inside Sverchok. You can, for example, like merge them together, or if you have like objects that's kind of like a component, you can easily merge them together, and you can also work with every single data that you have here in the middle. This is like array, but they are much more advanced, I think, because with array, for example, you just you know, array can only allow you to have the same object. You cannot have different kind of objects. But with Sverchok, you're not limited to that. If you really want, you can randomize the size, for example, and they are gonna stack perfectly relative to each other. Thanks to this setup, actually, if you have a look what's going on. So matrix applied, and then for each one of them, it generates the bounding box. How many objects we have? 80. Supposedly we have like 100. Let's see, 100. But we end up having 82. Now I was wondering why. Maybe there is like a hiccup here. Let me try 50. 50 give you 46. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if we just I know this list length, the total should be minus one number less. So this should be like -1. This number -1 goes into the height. So now it's more correct. Okay, I have to update it. Export, stacking, PS update. Cool. Okay, now if we have 100, this is gonna generate like 100 numbers, and it's gonna update properly. Let's reduce that to 48. Okay, now let's have a look. We have the bounding box, and for the bounding box, we find out the height of each object in the z-axis, kind of. Okay, just the height of the object basically, and then look at the distance, and then distance list join, and there's this cool node that does this accumulating of sum, and then we have like a collection of number that's kind of accumulate on top of each other starting from 0. I believe we can kind of move that bit. Okay, that's the first objects, kind of like the base, and then combine all of them, list item, and there's this some kind of math, add them together, and we have the matrix for the stacking. So this is the transform that does the hard stuff for us. Yeah, so that's actually pretty much it. If you feel like, okay, you want to scale the objects, you can always do that anywhere here. Just make sure that all the connection is stay intact. Maybe in the next video I will show you the way to kind of modify this setup so you can have like a procedurally generated objects in different size, or everything is random procedural, and you can just easily stack them together. Okay, like a stacking stones. Maybe you have seen like someone that does his like a artwork, like a stacking objects. This is kind of similar to that idea. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this live noding video. If you have any questions, suggestion, just let me know down below. Thanks again for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye.